So the funny thing is that based on a statement given on one of my interviews, I had someone send me over 100 emails and leave over like 300 comments on my YouTube channel saying, Rob Stewart believes the vegan diet is chemo and that the vegan movement is dead and that the vegan movement is basically chemotherapy for diseased humans. I thought it was a pretty funny statement, but I also started thinking more about that, and it's kind of like, do I actually feel that way? What are my thoughts about the vegan diet? There is some confusion out there about where I'm at with the plant-based community and the vegan diet and my approach as a consultant and a coach helping people with their skin disease. So in today's video, I want to tackle those questions. 1, do I think the vegan diet is chemotherapy? 2, what is the context of my old videos where I'm promoting plant-based diets and giving vegan protocols? Do I still think that vegan diet is healthy long-term or can help rid the body of disease? So that's what I'm going to cover in today's video. I hope you enjoy. Stay tuned. Okay, so let's get straight to it and let's make things clear from the get-go. I spent 8 years on a whole food plant-based diet. I called it vegan sometimes, but most of the time I just called it a whole food plant-based diet. It's what I promoted it as, that's what I taught it as, that's what most of my videos are as. Plant-based, whole food, some people call it a vegan diet. So during that 8 years, I was able to reverse eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, rosacea, leaky gut, irritable bowel, and arthritis in my body, amongst some other skin diseases and other just physical elements. Bad testosterone, weird hormones, bad sleep, just unhealthy. During that 8 years though, as a vegan, as a plant-based eater, I was able to heal all of that and felt really, really good, especially compared to the way I felt as a person eating a standard American diet who was unhealthy and who had a host of physical diseases. So of course I don't hate the vegan diet, and of course I don't think the vegan diet is chemotherapy, and everyone who eats a plant-based diet or a vegan diet is gonna have their hair fall out, is gonna lose their testosterone, is gonna become non-manly. I don't believe that. I think that we put too many labels on diets, and we need to just call food, whole foods. The one thing that every human being agrees upon, most human beings agree upon, is that when you're trying to be healthy, focusing on eating whole foods is the most important thing. Marketers, vloggers, doctors, even nutritionists like to make things a lot more challenging than they are. People who write books, they want to have the book fit into a category so that it can have proper search engine optimization, so it can fit into that nice category at Barnes and Noble that people can find and buy easily. So they like to put their books high fat, low sugar, high sugar, this diet, keto. There's diet names for every single diet, and now there's even diet names within each diet community. It's gone crazy. And I know that we're all just trying to communicate what the macros are of our food or what style we're eating, because it has a lot of social ramifications and health ramification behind it, but it really doesn't mean that much. You have to just simply eat whole foods and adjust the whole foods and the nutrients that you're taking in to give yourself the results that you need. I do not hate the plant-based diet. I do not hate the whole food diet. I do not hate the vegan diet or the vegan movement. The basics of what is going on with myself is that it stopped giving me the results that I needed. My health was suffering, so I made a switch. And if you want to find out more about that part, you can check out my video, Why Keto, or you can look at the plethora of interviews I did about the subject on Primal Edge Health or Three Ridges channel. There's some other ones out there as well. So with that cleared up, no, I don't think the vegan diet is chemo. I do think the vegan diet and the system that I use it for, and I personally don't view a strict vegan diet meaning you never eat animal products and you either are high-fat vegan, which I don't think really works great at all because the food choices are just gnarly for the digestion, or you're someone who's committed to being a high-carb, low-fat vegan and you're eating all those grains and all that sugar, it can have issues long-term. I see with the people that I've consulted with over the past 8 years and 6 years, and with myself and my last 2 to 3 years batch of clients, is that the vegan diet and the whole food plant-based approach works amazing for detoxification and cleansing. Long term, it can kind of run into some deficiencies. People can have some problem with their hormones. People can kind of like go from a standard American diet, get on a whole food vegan diet, high carb, low fat, feel so much better. But then after about the 9 month to year mark, the sugar and the fiber and the carbs just aren't working for everybody. For some people, they do great, and all they need to do is just add some fish or add a little bit more cholesterol, some egg yolks, and their plant-based diet will be good to go long term. Other people will need to add something like some well-sourced turkey or some animal products to round out the nutrients. I know you hardcore vegans out there will debate me on that, but literally when you work with the human population in the real world and you see the same cycles happening over and over again, that's what I'm reporting. Just reporting to you guys what I notice with myself and what I notice with the big population of people I consult and work with from year to year. So no, I don't think the vegan diet is chemo, but do I think that there can be some long-term issues with the vegan diet? For some people, yes, for sure, there definitely is. I think there's other approaches that are better for long-term success. If you want to see or hear more about my approach and our approach about skin disease reversal, go to the website. There's a group class that teaches the 3 phases of skin disease reversal. There's a workbook that outlines the 3 phases of naturally healing skin disease. And there I talk a lot about kind of like the role of vegan diet and whole food plant-based and when to use it. But moving on, I also want to talk about in this video some context about my old videos. I'm getting a lot of people who are kind of getting a little bit confused and are kind of saying, hey, you said this in your old video, you're saying this in your new video, it's contradicting each other. Does that mean all of your old videos are wrong? And what do you believe now? And mostly we're talking about animal products and high fat versus low fat vegan. And here's the context. Like I said in the intro, I went through a big change. I was vegan for a very long time. I ran into some issues. I made some adjustments, and now I'm back on track, feeling better than ever. The easiest way to think about this is the what I ate today videos, the videos that are talking about cleansing and detoxification, water fasting and coming off a water fast, using high carb, low fat approaches. Those all in context relate to phase 1. I still believe in their power of how those videos and how that approach cleanses and can detox the body. Like I said, there needs to be 3 phases, because if you stay in phase 1 in the vegan phase forever, you most likely will run into deficiencies. Up into my video that says why keto, pretty much everything up until that point is talking about phase 1 in the beginning of phase 2, the cleansing and detoxification phase, and half of the elimination protocol where we're testing sugars and fats. Like I was saying, the workbook to kind of learn the system of how to do that and to have the structure of that, you can find at holistichealthactivation.com. Also, it's kind of the process that I take with my consulting clients. I have a very simple approach when I work with people. I'm a behavioral scientist by trade and a yoga therapist by trade. So I'm all about changing behaviors and changing lifestyle. And what I do with my clients with the 3 phases, when I lead them through it, it's really quite simple. I don't do any magic. I'm not healing anybody. You guys out there can watch these videos or get the workbook or whatever. You will heal yourself. The food, your lifestyle, you putting in the work, you being consistent does all the work. All I do is create the structure for people using the 3 phases and then help them stay on track. If you can do that yourself, you can totally just stay at home and knock this thing out of the ballpark. But if you are looking for my help, which a lot of you guys send me emails in random places, there's a link in the description for a consultation. That's how you can start the process of becoming my client and having me lead you through the 3 phases. So what I'm saying is that the older videos, that time frame was when I was deep into the cleansing and detoxification phase of my programs, both writing protocols for it, both working on that with my clientele, and kind of in a certain way in that phase still myself. Then once I've been working with people for, for some people 4 or 5 years, they've caught up to me, meaning they've been vegan long enough, they've cleansed and detoxed, and now it's time for what's the ongoing protocol. And so that's where the 3 phases was kind of born out of, and what was made really clear working with humans and seeing my own shifts. So I'm kind of starting to ramble. Let me wrap things up for you guys in this video. No, I don't believe the vegan diet is chemo. Not at all. I think the vegan diet can be used for specific purposes. What I've seen with the with the vegan diet is that long term, people can have some issues with it. A lot of the people that I've worked with, especially the long-term vegans, have ran into issues and have had to make an adjustment. You can pop on YouTube and see a lot of people, kind of ex-vegans, making small adjustments. I myself have had to make a major adjustment with my whole food, plant-based vegan approach, and am having a lot more success now. So I don't think the vegan diet is chemo. I do think we have to pay attention to the biomarkers and the signs that our health is giving us and make adjustments accordingly. I came up with the 3 phases to work as kind of a guide so that you guys can have a structure to follow, so that the guesswork of when to take animal products out and when to put animal products back in and if they're going to work for you, it's very individualized, and you have to use a structure to kind of find your own way. I want to leave with you guys today with the fact that you really want to take responsibility for your actions, for your health, for your own body. Start with eating whole food, start with cleansing and detoxification, start with leading a holistically healthy life. Those are the basics that are going to take you all the way. Everything else, all the other details can be learned from other people. You can join our group class. It's at holistichealthactivation.com. You can hire me as a coach. You can hire other people. You can get inspired. You can buy books. There's lots of ways to get informed. But if you stick with those 3 things, whole foods, cleansing and detoxification, daily movement, a holistically healthy lifestyle, and you give it lots of time and you stay consistent with it for as long as it's needed, the rest of your life, you will have success. Leave all of your comments and questions down below. Remember to subscribe and share. Best of luck to you guys. I'll be back with many more videos really soon. Bye.